Hello and welcome back. Once again, it's time for a brew and a bite. That's right, today we're taking a look at a Session IPA, once again from Beermats. We did a feature on them a few weeks ago with another one of their beers. And also today, McCoy's Muchos. Never tried these before. They do a few flavours. I've gone for the cheese one. I spotted them in the supermarket last week while shopping and simply couldn't resist. So, before we break into anything, let's take a look at the beer. Brewed by Beermats Brewing Co, who are based in Winkburn, Newark, Nottinghamshire. This is their Hazmat Session IPA at 4%. A refreshing Session IPA bursting with mango flavour and tropical aroma, finished with a crisp citrus aftertaste. Pretty cool labelling on there, all a bit end of the world biohazard style. That is a nice touch. It says, a Session IPA bursting with mango flavour and tropical lemon aroma, finished with a crisp citrus aftertaste, truly refreshing. It goes on to say, did you know that the cardboard beer mat actually originates from the late 19th century? Since then, this handy invention has had a plethora of uses, whether it takes the role of a spillage sponge, a means of protecting your pint from insidious insects, invaders, or simply a way to stop having a beverage slipping. The humble beer mat goes hand in hand with a good beer drunk from a cool glass. It just feels right. It says, best served between 8 and 12C. I think I've got this a little cold. I always thought pales were better a bit cooler, but maybe I've ruined this one, but we'll see what it's like anyway. It's only a few degrees below that, it's probably about 5, so... Right, and then we have these McCoy's Muchos folded crispy tortilla snacks, nacho cheese flavour. Never had them before. They look alright. They recommend dipping them in salsa and all sorts, according to the serving suggestion on the back there. It says 6 servings per pack. I think that's a lie, isn't it? But first things first, let's get into this beer. Oh, that's pale. That is the palest of pales. We had a salted caramel, I can't remember if it was porter or stout from them last week, and that was as dark as you like. This, I mean, wow, that's lighter than just about anything else I've seen for a while. One of the main agendas of Beermats Brewing Co, of course, is that they make beer for everyone, so no acquired taste, nothing too over the top, just nice quality beer that everyone can enjoy. The aroma notes on this are suggestive of that ethos. It's fruity, it's tropically, there's a bit of, yeah, there's a tiny bit of mango. It's subtle fruit, subtle tropical notes, and a tiny bit of bitterness that I can smell. Doesn't smell particularly hoppy, but it smells decent. Right, cheers. Well, the good news is the temperature hasn't ruined it. When I reviewed their salted caramel stout, I said it wasn't enough flavour for me because I'm just a big stout fan and I like powerful, flavourful stouts. But I did say I was interested in trying some of their pales and that sort of thing because those are the beers for me that suit that more subtle flavour profile. That is now what I've got and I'm not disappointed. It's light, it's only slightly carbonated. It is thin, but for a refreshing session ale, that's not a bad thing. Sweet fruits. More hoppy in the taste than it is in the aroma. Slightly bitter finish, but then some sweetness comes back in. That's really enjoyable. Right, the McCoy's. So it's meant to be nacho cheese flavour. To be honest, when I opened the bag, I thought kind of sour cream and chive. It's not really just cheesy. Certainly not compared to the Red Leicester mini cheddars we had on last week. The individual one smells a little cheesier. Okay. So, these are interesting. The flavour is good. It's cheesy, but without being overly, and as a result, a bit artificial. That part is brilliant. It's either got some chilli or some pepper in there that's not immediately noticeable in the flavour profile, but I can feel a little bit of heat at the back of my mouth. Minute though, I mean, you don't have to be a chili head to enjoy these by any means. They're not particularly hot. I'm a touch disappointed, but the reason I'm disappointed is because what I associate McCoy's with is kind of like a really immense, rugged crisp with fantastic texture and just something that holds flavour like nothing else. These you can probably hear it. They're a bit thin. They're a bit not very impactful. You know, they're just a bit. They taste good, but they're nowhere near as satisfying as a regular McCoy's ridged crisp. The beer is a really good accompaniment to a flavourful snack. It cleans up really well. The taste of the beer isn't impeded by these at all. And I don't want Beermats to hate me again because I was a bit picky with the last one. I personally don't think I'd sell this as a session IPA. I don't really know what makes it an IPA. It's not strong enough flavoured. Maybe it's just a branding exercise because people are hyped over IPAs at the minute. Really, it's a pale. But actually, for me, if this was ever so slightly more carbonated, this would be the best lager I've ever had. Maybe not a true lager style, of course, but it's so subtle, but some of those really nice fruit bits, and then the hops feel quality, and I don't know, it's somewhere, maybe it's a hybrid, it's a lager IPA hybrid maybe, I don't know, but that's how I feel about it. I feel like actually cold, this is simply fantastic. I mean, I'm sure at 8 degrees as well it's good, but colder than that, I'm really enjoying it. That is another absolute summer belter, and it feels like I'm drinking a lager without any of the nasty mass-produced chemically elements of a lager. That go really well with a curry, Chinese food, anything like that, any strong flavours you need to cook clean, that will do the job. Even with barbecue food, that would be absolutely fantastic. The one thing I will say for these Muchos is they are quite moreish. The cheese flavour is just subtle and picks up towards the end, so you're like, oh, there's just keeps egging you on a little bit. The flavour profile is really nicely balanced with that chilli or pepper that's in there. I think it's pepper, but I could be mistaken looking at it. I think if you pick up a pack of these, you're not going to be disappointed. Just don't expect anything fantastic from the texture platform, which is kind of what McCoy's are known for, which is why I was initially a little bit put off. But the taste is good. Texture, I would like to have seen McCoy's try something ridged, but with this Nacho style crisp. That is a really good beer, and with their ethos of making beer for everyone, if you've got a friend who you want to try and get onto pales and IPAs, and so far just cannot leave the lager behind, this could be the one to take them over the edge and start them on that journey, because this is incredibly accessible from a taste perspective. There's nothing jarring about it whatsoever. It's really enjoyable, easy sipping. You could tell them it's a fruity lager and they'd believe you. I mean, yeah, that's a really solid beer. There's nothing too much going on. It's not an absolute juice bomb. It's just a nice, lightly fruited, simple ale that on a hot summer's day would just be out of this world. Right then, I think I've said everything I can about these two products. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it if you haven't already. Subscribe if you would be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.